Hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world. And the world to New Zealand. And yes, that's what I'm talking about, New Zealand. Rise up, protest, it's just not good enough. When old, poorly maintained buses crash on badly maintained or built roads, dangerous roads, then we need to rise up and protest by the hundreds of thousands. That's what we do. Hang on. Oh no. That's a massive bus protest in Bangladesh because their buses are old and decrepit and poorly maintained and they have dangerous roads. So it's good to know we've got a similar kind of infrastructure system to Bangladesh. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with, to be honest, I can't remember what this headline's about. Oh yes, I can. Sorry, bit tired, been moving all weekend. Getting up early, going to bed late, just going up and down stairs with boxes. You take a box upstairs, you empty it, and then you've got to bring it back downstairs, collapse it. My life's about boxes at the moment. But anyway, I've remembered now what this headline is about. If I'd just gone on to the next picture, it would have reminded me. We've got old Maduro in Venezuela, an assassination attempt, maybe, there. But as you can see, everybody swung into action. I'm not quite sure. I think Maduro's there somewhere, but they had these things already. I think we should all have those. In case something, you just surround yourself with. I think I quite like the idea of being surrounded by those all the time. I'd be happy to have this guy by my side. He's a big fella. It's kind of like the movie Twins, isn't it? Like they're similar but not the same. Those guys. And this guy here, he looks like he's looking out for his own self a little bit too much, if you like me. I also like how the men in black in Maduro's administration, they spiced it up a little bit with the red ties. I mean, just because you're Secret Service doesn't mean you have to be Secret Service, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. It's a disturbing story this morning, of course, with the possessed cows. I don't know if you've caught up with this, but a herd of what's being described as possessed cows has attacked and injured a man in a public park in South Auckland. I'm not quite sure why there were cows in a public park. Oh no, I used to live by a park where there were cows. And you'd walk through and sometimes there was a cow on the track and you'd have to circumnavigate the cow. And it can be a bit disconcerting because although you've never heard until now of cows going feral, they did sort of eye you sometimes. Anyway, that man, he came to the rescue of a woman who was knocked to the ground by about a dozen cows grazing in the council-owned 200-hectare Totoro Park. And then that man was attacked. He had a palm-sized piece of flesh taken off the back of his leg. It turns out he was also a Vietnam War veteran. So not only are they possessed cows, but they're anti-war cows, obviously. So basically, it's the bovine apocalypse. That's the conclusion we've all come to around here. If you thought it was aliens, or zombies, or robots, or AI, or just a super virus, turns out it's going to be the cows in a Larson-esque uprising. I think that's what's going to happen here. And finally, Donald Trump. Geez, you go from strength to strength, don't you? He's doing his stump speeches again. This is for the midterms. So he's not campaigning for himself. He's on behalf of other Republican Party members in the midterm elections in the US. And he's on fire. Almost literally on fire. It was very hot where he was. He's got a Maduro security team type tie on there. Anyway, that's sweat. Oh no, it's just a shadow of a microphone. That's sweat. That's sweat. That's sweat. And he's basically saying, I'm going to have to get a new suit. I'm not quite I don't think you win any friends by saying how hot you are and then flapping this around. That, for the people in the front row, that's kind of like... Anyway. Yeah, it's not his best look. Here, still perfect though. I am glennzb. Thanks so much for having me in your virtual headset. See you back here again tomorrow, no matter what the temperature is.